Hi everybody, welcome to another Chew and Chat. I'm Ron Rayfield, this is Justine Dorn, and today we have some sort of pancake.
Are you sure they're pancakes and not just big pepperonis that I plated up to you with jam on top?
They do look like big pepperonis.
Yeah, they look like big old slices of salami, don't they? This is from Modern Domestic Cookery, published in 1829 in New York. Yet again, that book is on our table. I just discovered it a couple weeks ago. I've been really into that book ever since. They have some very quirky and interesting receipts in it. And it's like 300 pages long, so there's so much in there that I want to explore, including this. Pink pancakes. That's what they were called, pink pancakes.
I was standing by whenever she was mixing it, and it was really pink.
Really, really pink. The batter itself was very pink. Now, once they're cooked, they actually look more red.
Right.
So it looks almost like some kind of a...
Red velvet cake.
Yeah, red velvet cake. I was going to go a little bit more darker there and say a blood sausage or something else that'll make you lose your appetite. So, Ron, do you want to try them? I've already tried them.
I mean... I can't really smell them. I guess pancakes don't really have a smell.
No. We do have some mint tea on the side.
I don't.
Well, that's about to change. Here we go. Here's some...
And this is a chocolate mint, right?
Yeah, the variety of mint here, because there's actually a lot of different types of mint. This is chocolate mint. If
smell-vision worked, you guys would be like, whoa!
Well, this is probably the best smelling mint that there is. It smells like Girl Scout Thin Mint cookies. That's why they call it chocolate mint.
That tastes like...
Are you serious?
Have you not tried it? It tastes like Thin Mint cookies. That's awesome.
Whoa, that's really good.
I like that.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, if you've tried mint tea, you probably had spearmint tea, but this is chocolate mint tea.
It tastes like Thin Mint cookies.
The stems are a little purplish. Wow, it's really good. It's also very refreshing.
That's one of the better teas I've ever drank in my life, as far as herbal teas.
Seriously.
I like cold iced tea. I'm modern, okay? Now, this is good.
Okay, Ron is like super impressed by this tea, which isn't even part of the recipe.
Wow.
But he just really likes this tea.
And when you take in that deep breath of air, there's a little bit of chill from the mint.
This is good.
It's very chocolatey. This
is good. I love tea. And lately, I've been really focusing on the fact that once we have our homestead built, I want at least 90% of all the food that we consume to be grown and butchered by us. So here's the thing, I am addicted to green tea, like certified addicted. I can't grow my own green tea. It don't grow in Missouri. That's real complicated stuff. So I've been trying to and experiment with like herbal teas, things that I can grow myself here in Missouri, and I was experimenting with mint tea. This is a keeper.
I like that.
This is really
We've got to grow some of that stuff.
All
right, let's move on to the main course here.
The main course here, these pepperoni things.
I will say, I'll tell you a story after I eat this, but are deceiving. It looks like salami.
Yeah, it does.
Or really thin red velvet. So
yeah.
I'm in for a surprise when I try this.
Yeah, no, I will warn you, when I tried it, at first I thought, okay, there's a party going on in my mouth. There's like way too many things happening. I didn't know if I liked it, but the aftertaste is really good.
And if you want to see Justine make this and all the meals that we eat and review here on Frontier Patriot, please go over to Early American. That is our main channel. Over there we cook it, and over here
we eat it.
Speaking of eat it,
ding,
like
ding. It has beets in it, so this is a little strange. Keep an open mind. I said the first taste wasn't good, but then it grew on me.
Okay, I'm going in for a second taste. That Brewster just doesn't shut up, does he?
No. The texture is very good. It's like modern pancakes. It's soft inside. Ron is really undecided. I mean, it has beets in it, for crying out loud.
I just can't put my thumb on it.
Whether you like it or not?
What it tastes like. I don't taste beets, but
really?
It tastes like something, but I can't think of what it is.
Tastes like this. So do you like it? Yay or nay?
I don't know.
That's me too. I don't know. Well, actually, you know what? leaning more towards yes, I do like it. I like it. I like it.
Okay, the more I took 3 bites. The more I ate, either the more I got used to it or the better it tasted. But I don't think I like it.
You don't like it.
I don't. Now now I taste the beets, like an aftertaste.
But you're on the fence about it.
But it's not good. It's not like, give me some more. It's edible.
So it's just edible.
It's edible. It's not my thing.
Are pancakes with beets in it your thing? Are they anybody's thing? Apparently they were someone's thing 200 years ago.
This tea is my thing.
Oh, this tea is really good.
But yeah, I don't know about these. Let me try one without the apricot jelly on top.
Okay, just try one in its raw, natural state. I will do the same. I love the texture of them, though.
I will say it's better without the apricot jelly.
Are you serious? You know, part of it,
tiny bit better.
I think because there's beets in it, it's kind of throwing me off because I'm used to beets being savory, unless they're in a smoothie and then they can be sweet. But mixing beets with apricots is just a little strange. So if you were to actually eat this as a weird savory dish, it wouldn't be bad. But sweet is a little strange.
It's better without the jelly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what would you give this? 1 out of 10. This receipt from the 1820s, published in New York for pink pancakes.
Giving it a 3.5.
What? That took me by surprise. What are you talking about? That's so bad.
I'm sorry. That's my thoughts towards it. Nothing towards you. It's the person that wrote this. Why use beets? Why not use strawberries and make it pink with that?
I wondered that too. I was like, pink pancakes, why don't you just use strawberries? I mean, it might be because beets are available year-round back then.
Make your strawberry pancakes in the summertime.
I don't know, but yeah, strawberry pink pancakes would be pretty amazing. Maybe it's because beets just give a brighter pink color than strawberries.
It's beautiful. I mean, it matches me. Look at that.
Just wear it as a brooch. A little floppy brooch. Wow, you made it sound like you were about to give a 6 because you said, I'm on the fence. I don't really know if I like it. And then you give such a bad, poor rating. I would say you don't like it then.
I liked it better without the jelly.
Okay, well, what would you rate it without the jelly, then?
That was it, 3.5.
What? Then what would you rate it with the jelly?
A 1.
Oh, my, come on. A 1 is like fish eyeballs or something.
It does not taste good to me. I don't like beets. I haven't ate good beets before, I guess.
Wow.
I've never tried them baked or roasted. I've had them pickled. I don't like them pickled, and I don't like them fresh. So...
No one eats them fresh, I don't think.
I've tried it just to see what it tastes like.
Oh, wow. It's like eating a turnip. You just don't really eat it raw. I mean, maybe some people do, but...
But,
3.
Yeah. Pancake form, nah.
Okay, so Ron gave us a 3.5, I believe it was.
Now this is a 10.
Okay, the tea is a 10.
Tea's
Even though the tea has nothing to do with this historic cookery. I mean, yeah, they did have mint tea back then, but...
I really want some of them cookies now.
Yeah, that would pair really, really good with this. This is very good tea. I am going to grow this and try to turn my back away from green tea as much as I can. Because I'm really trying to be more self-sustainable and self-efficient. And that means relying less on needing to go to the grocery store. Now, what would I give
What's
this?
your rating on this dish?
Yes, okay, so you gave it a 3.5. I'm going to do such an opposite to you because guess what?
She likes it.
I like it. I actually seriously like it. I would give this like an 8.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking maybe a 7 at most.
I really, really like it. Mm-hmm.
Well, we can't all be special.
The texture is divine. It's divine. I hear angels singing. It's bouncy, it's spongy, it's like a modern buttermilk pancake, even though there's no buttermilk, but there's cream in it.
The texture is excellent.
Yeah, the texture is fantastic. It's not dense. A lot of pancakes from this time period are like crepes. They're like really, really thin.
Yeah, that's about it's a thick crepe or a thick crepe.
Yeah, it's for some reason, they were all very, very thin. So people are going to look at this. I guarantee you, on Early American, they're going to come and say, that ain't a pancake, woman. You don't know what you're doing. That's a crepe.
Pancakes supposed to be in stick.
This thick. Your pancake need to be this thick.
If you go to Denny's or IHOP or something, you get the big old thick pancakes. But what
do they have, like baking soda in them to get that thick? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think baking powder or baking soda to make them big and fluffy.
Well, they didn't have that back then.
Nope.
And this is what pancakes looked like 200 years ago, minus the weird pink color.
Flapjacks, Johnny cakes, pancakes. What's another word for it?
I don't know. Cakes.
Flat
cakes. Yeah, so yeah, they were just a lot thinner, but I'm giving this an 8 out of 10 because of the divine texture.
Oh
and also, I care for the taste. I actually really like them.
Okay.
Now, the first bite is a little strange. You get overwhelmed. You're like, okay, what am I eating right now? It tastes like beets. It tastes sweet. The texture is divine. And there's a little bit of sweetness. I don't taste the alcohol at all, actually.
No, I don't taste the brandy.
Yeah, I don't taste the brandy.
It had brandy in it, and that stuff's like 100 proof.
Right.
You could run your lawnmower off that stuff.
Yeah, you could
probably.
run it. You could take the paint off the walls with that stuff.
I was on the other side of the room, and when you that bottle opened, I smelt it immediately. It was like, whoa!
It's kind of been fermenting in that little jar of ours. Yeah, it's been fermenting, but I don't even taste it.
No, I don't taste it.
So I give it an 8. It's good. I do like beets. I'm not a crazy beet person. I eat beets like 2 times a year or something. But
they are a superfood, so they are good for you.
They are good. My mom always told me that they thin your blood. Like they're very good for your blood cholesterol. Your blood pressure.
Interesting.
So, yeah. It's so bad you're not even going to finish it, I'm guessing.
Nah.
I'm going to finish it. It's good.
Well, while you finish it, I'm going to talk about a book that a very nice viewer sent us. They actually sent us 2 books. One was from the Victorian era, and this one here is from the Federal era, or the, what's the English term for it? The...
Regency.
Regency period.
Yeah.
Federal period, if you're in America.
Yes.
Anyways, this book is from 1802. It's by Robert Bloomberg, and it is called... It's got a long title.
It's actually from 1802.
Yes, this is a real antique.
This is the oldest book we own now.
Royal Tales, Ballads, and Songs by Robert Bloomberg.
It's a poem book.
It's a poem book, and it's got multiple readings in it, and it's a very beautiful book. When you first open it, I would say it's in good shape for 1802. It's got a beautiful marbled
paper
inside, which is very period correct in books like that.
Yeah, so where was it published?
Published in 1802 in Boston on Marlborough Street. There you go.
Wow.
I thought that said something else. There's stains on the book, so it's hard to see. There were a few in here that I caught my eye. Let's see here. There was one that had to do with like a pumpkin or something.
Yeah, and there's some poems about people falling in love and things like that. But you know what about this book that I just thought was the most precious thing? Someone drew in the back of it a picture of a little tiny horse. And I think that this book used to belong to a child, and he sketched this little picture of a horse. Who knows how long ago? Maybe even 200 years ago. And that just completely blows my mind. It makes the book have more of a precious story behind it.
Now, when we get closer to Halloween, I'd like to read this one. This one's called, where'd it go? I just seen it. The Falconham Ghost. It's a ballad. And it appears to be 8 pages long. Wow. And there's a couple songs in here. There's some songs.
Oh, don't make me sing that.
There's one called Nancy. There's one called Royally Hannah. There's another one called Lucy. There's another one called Winter Song.
Is there one called Justine?
No. The Shepherd and His Dog Rover is a song. Wow. Some weird songs. Anyways, we'll get into that when it gets closer to Halloween. But this
thank you.
Very nice book. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you to the person who sent that to us.
This is the oldest book that we own now.
It is a treasure.
Before this, it was another one that a very nice fan sent to us last year. It was a Benjamin Franklin biography book from 1824, I believe. And it's in about the same shape. It's manageable. It's in good shape for the year, but it's very dry, so you have to be very careful with these.
It is also a treasure.
Very nice book.
Very, very nice.
We like old books. They're cool.
We like old books. They're cool.
They're very cool.
I like turtles.
Well, hey, we ready to get into some of this week in history?
We can do that. And then we have some updates for you guys about the house.
Oh yeah, we want to do that first? Or?
Okay, we can do that first.
Alright, so this week we have put the roof on the house.
You go, Zach.
Yeah. You go, just grab a hold of it and dangle, I guess.
That's what I would do. I'd hold on to this thing so hard.
Let go.
I know if I was falling, this is what I'd grab for.
Got it. And we're getting ready to put the shingles on it this coming weekend. And then we'll have a picture with that on there to show you guys.
And then the video comes out.
Yes, and I will say, it is very high up in the air when you're up there on top of them trusses.
The house is a lot taller than I was thinking.
That's because somebody wanted 10-foot ceilings.
Okay, well so let's get into this house build and how everything about it has surprised us. This is our first time building a house.
Hopefully the last time.
There are no building codes out in the county where we live. No building codes, no restrictions. So that means that you don't need a building permit and you don't need to go to a architect to have that fancy blueprint thing drawn out to submit to the county. So I drew up this house, the floor plans and everything on Microsoft Paint.
Love that program.
On my computer. Yes, I did it like that. No dimensions, nothing, because I have no clue what I'm doing whatsoever. All I know is I want a house where the bedroom is here and the living room is there. And yeah, so just a flat 1D, you could call it 1D. So
one-dimensional?
One-dimensional image. Yeah. And Ron's dad, he said, I have never built a house from something this primitive. He was like, I have never, he said, he was joking with Zach, who is a very good friend of ours, and he's also Ron's future brother-in-law.
Hopefully. And
yeah, I hope so, because we adore him. But Ron's dad was saying, hey Zach, have you ever built a house of any dimensions or blueprints or anything? He said, nope. And this is when we were already halfway in the middle of building it. And yeah, so we may have made a few mistakes along the way. One of which is worth mentioning here. And yesterday I was laughing my rear end off when I found this out. I think a lot of women would be crying, they would be doing the opposite, but I was just sitting there laughing so hard I couldn't talk. And part of it is my fault because I drew this up on Microsoft Paint. It's my own doing. And then I give the other credit to Ron. It's both of our fault.
Yep.
So we put the windows too far apart.
Yep, just a little bit.
On the house, like way too far apart.
So on the edge of the house, the outer windows are about a foot too close to the edge. They were supposed to have been a foot, about 2 foot from the edge. Now they're just a foot from the edge. So now on the inside, we can't have our built-in closets.
We can't have closets now.
Because back then you didn't have walk-in closets like you got today. Sure, somebody might have had a random room where they hung some stuff, but most time it was wardrobes or it was built-in cabinetry, which is what we were going to do. But now we're only left with cabinetry that is this big. So we can hang our clothes
horizontally?
Flatways.
Oh my. Our closets are going to be this thick.
No, they'll be thicker than that.
We're not having closets. That's the point. I was laughing.
We're going to have really nice bookshelves.
I was laughing my butt off because I was telling Ron earlier, this house is going to have so much storage. It's incredible. It's like every single room, I designed it on Microsoft Paint to have a huge amount of storage space. Like an entire wall would be a built-in closet that you just open the doors, whatever, and there's a closet there. You can hang clothes or towels or whatever. Well, now we went from having too much storage space to literally no closets. The house will not have any closets.
It'll be okay. We'll use wardrobes. We'll go the other route.
Yeah. So
it's just harder because then I have to build them now.
I told Ron, it's like we're living in this giant mansion now, but we're only allowed to have 3 shirts and 1 pants. Because that's the most that we're going to be able to fit in our wardrobe. Since we made the mistake of putting the window this close to the wall, which means we can't build a closet that's this thick anymore. So we can't have closets anymore. So our house has no closets. And I just realized this yesterday. I was just standing there looking, wait a second. This don't add up. And I turned to Ron and I said, Ron, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I just realized something. We can't have closets. We can't have closets! And yeah, it was chaos.
It'll be okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll be okay because we'll have 3 shirts, 1 pants. That's the only clothes, and no winter coat. There's no room for a winter coat, so we can't have a winter coat.
There'll be room. In the midst of our inexperiences and near-death heat stroke of what happened the next day when we put it together, we were supposed to be 40 inches from the edge of the window from the edge of the house, and I was still, I guess, half cooked from the day before when I had the heat stroke.
Yeah.
I said 40 inches is the center of the window, and then that brought our windows back closer to the edge because the windows are 3 foot wide.
So you said the right number, but you said it in the wrong spot.
Yeah. And once we did that one, we just copied it on the other side and then on the upper level. So it's a done deal.
It's a done deal. We don't have closets now.
It'll still be nice, but we'll just have to figure out some stuff for closets.
We'll put like one of those giant wardrobes in like people used to have.
Yeah, and dressers. But the downstairs is fine because that was going to be bookshelves anyways. But upstairs, I mean, we can still do some shelving on one side or something, but you can't really stick clothes on something that's only going to be a foot deep.
No, you can't.
That ain't no foot. That's 6 inches.
It's seriously not even that deep.
That much.
It's not even that deep,
yes,
though.
It is.
No, I'm serious. It was only this deep. I am so serious. It's only like this deep from the window to the wall.
Anyways.
And also, another thing, because we made that mistake, we can no longer have shutters on our house.
Nope.
They won't fit.
Half the houses had shutters, the other half didn't have shutters.
They didn't have shutters.
We can also do internal shutters.
Yeah.
We can do on the inside.
Yeah,
that's a thing too back then. They had shutters that were on the inside.
Like we could technically have shutters, but it'll look really goofy because on the ends of the house, the shutter's going to be hanging off the end of the house.
Maybe. It might go right too, but you still would like to see the border of the house.
It'll just look kind of silly. So we're not going to have shutters, and we're not going to have closets, and we're not going to have winter coats.
Nope. Anyways. Here we are. Let's get into this week in history. I only got a few this week. It's actually quite a short list.
Okay, this week in history. Go.
You gotta do it louder. They can't hear you.
This week in history.
There you go.
Go.
Okay, on September 25th in 1690, Public Occurrences, both foreign and domestic, is the first newspaper to appear in America, and it's published for the first time, and in the last time too.
What? It only was published one time?
One time. And that was on September 25th, 1690. And they spell it public, like the word lick. And then the domestic, it's doomstick for domestic.
You know, back then they didn't really have like standardized spelling. It was not really commonly practiced. I remember in Lewis and Clark's journal, it's empty, Ron. They spelled mosquito like 17 different ways through that book. I mean, that's a random number. It might not be. But I know it was a lot of ways, like 10 different ways. Like, how do you spell mosquito that many ways? But you guys think my grammar and my spelling is bad? I'm just being historically accurate.
Yeah.
Because back then, there wasn't really standard for this. I mean, I'm sure it was written down in a dictionary somewhere, but no one listened to it.
Hey, George Washington wasn't the best speller either. He dropped out of school at age 11.
You can... Oh, wow, that's inspirational. You can have my tea, Ron.
Oh, well, thank you. All right.
Even though you messed up my windows. And I can't have winter coats.
I thought it was a 50-50 effort.
I can only have 3 shirts and 1 pants.
You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
I'm going to be living in a palace.
Here's the next one.
With no closet.
This one here is a little bit of Missouri history. On September 26th in 1820, my great uncle Daniel Boone passed away.
Yes, Daniel Boone died on September 26th, 1820, in what is now called Defiance, Missouri, St. Charles County, Missouri.
Yes.
It's about like an hour from here.
Yeah, we recently visited his family's home up there. It's a beautiful place, and you guys should check it out.
Yeah, so he died in September.
And he was my uncle. So his brother Squire would have been my great grandfather.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah, I think seventh grade. Anyways, September 27th. Here's more Missouri history. September 27th, 1864, the battle at Pilot Knob, Fort Davison, happened, and there was about 1,700 guys that were killed then.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not too far away from St. John either. That's within an hour. There's all these cool places within an hour of St. John. We're kind of like the hub, if you will. You could triangulate here, there, and everywhere. So that's some Civil War history that's somewhat local.
Yeah, the Battle of Pilot Knob. The site is a museum, and it's actually like 12 minutes from our homestead.
And it's an earthen fort, so it's
not really much.
dirt.
Not much is there anymore.
There's a bunch of dirt mounds.
They have a huge reenactment there. I think once every 2 years or 3 years.
I think every 3 years. All right, moving on. Next up, I got September 28th in 1542. Explorer Jean Rodriguez Cabrillo, sorry if I mispronounced that, I do not speak foreign languages, is the first European to sail into the San Francisco Bay, naming it San Miguel and claiming it for Spain. So, when it changed to San Diego, I don't know. I do not speak foreign languages. I don't. I know taco, burrito, that's it. You are, oh my gosh. Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo. Well, it always, like if I try to sound out jalapeno, I'll say jalapeno. No! I'm one of those. No! I know. The wedding's off. You can't be serious. You don't really do that. Alright. Fine! I'll finish this week in history. I better stick around. In September 30th, and I've never read these before, 1787, on September 30th, the first U.S. voyage was completed around the world. There was a fly in mine. Ron, you didn't drink the right one. This is the one I gave you. I know, I drank mine and there was a fly in it. He spit out over there. Ron! Ugh. Ron! My mouth feels violated right now. I'm so sorry. Please drink the tea I gave you. Okay, continue. Did you actually swallow it? No, I spit it out. Oh, that's nasty. Extra protein, but that's nasty. Okay, I was saying September 30th in 1787, the first U.S. voyage around the world, the ship Columbia left Boston and it returned on August 9th, 1790. So it was gone from 1787 to 1790. I think it took like 34 months or something like that to go all the way around the world. It was the 30th trip that, like Ron says, ever been completed around the world. The very first one was in the 1500s. Not by an American. Nope. Well, that's pretty incredible. It is. I would be incredibly seasick. Even today, people are still doing that. You know, they're kayaking across. Yeah. The oceans. Yeah, or even for their occupation. I mean, they got these big trade ships. Right. And yeah, those go all the way around the world. Yeah, they do. Well, I got just want to remind you guys. This is coming up in about a week. October 7th is the St. Genevieve Militia Encampment here in St. Genevieve. We're going to be set up there. We're going to be throwing tomahawks, shooting guns, drilling, cooking, all kinds of camp stuff that you'd see in the late 18th century here in St. Genevieve. And that is at the Center for French Colonial Life in the backyard of the Bolduc House. Yes. That is a free event, and that is on Saturday only, October 7th. So we hope you guys will come out to that. And that's about all I got for today. So I think we're going to hop off here. I'm going to go. Hold on! Wait, what do you got to talk about? I got one last thing I got to talk about. All right. Okay. Don't have it. After last week, I mentioned in the video that I'm unfortunately going on a diet because my wedding dress is too small for me. I just have to lose like maybe 5 pounds, just 5 pounds. I got an outpouring response from people. Some of the advice was absolutely insane. Like people saying I need liposuction. Like just get lipo, and they were dead serious too. Just get liposuction. Some people were saying just get a whole new wedding dress. Scrap it. You can't lose 5 pounds. Just buy a whole new wedding dress. I know this is custom, but throw it out. The dress is handmade and it costs like $6,000. And I don't want to know about what it actually costs, but that's just my estimates. But yeah, there's no. It's the most expensive thing I own. Yeah. Yeah. So I could probably insure it against my life. But yeah, I'm not throwing the dress out for 5 pounds. I have 6 months to lose the weight. I absolutely hate diets with everything in my being. And yet we made pancakes. So that actually brings me to my plan. So what's your plan? My plan is an update for you all. I have completely cut desserts out of my diet. Hold on! It's been 1 week. It's been 7 days. I haven't had any sweets, any desserts, except fruit. Ron can attest to that, and that's a very big deal for me because I'm absolutely addicted to pies and ice cream, not made by myself, made by other people, and all sorts of just sweet delicacies and things like that. But I will make an exception
for the True Chats. So maybe, you know, I'll make a sweet thing once a month, whatever. Okay, I that's okay. But my vice was I was eating candy and dessert every single day.
Did you tell him what I made for your birthday?
He made me a pumpkin pie for my birthday. Thank you.
It was a little bitty one.
Yeah.
Personal size.
Yes. And then Lee, who's in the chat right now probably, she made me a pumpkin cake for my birthday. Thank you so much. That was absolutely incredible, and yours was incredible too. But the day after my birthday, that's when I started. It was crunch time. So I haven't had any sweets, and I'm really hoping that just by cutting out, eliminating processed sugary food, I'll be able to lose 1 pound a month, and that'll bring me up to 5 or 6 pounds by May.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah, so I am eating sweets here. What's this even a sweet? It has beets in it for crying out loud.
It's got jelly on top of it.
It's a salad. Well, I scraped it off, as you can see.
Well, hey, before we go, we're sorry Mish Mish ain't here today. We tried. He just wants to be outside and play. It's so nice outside, and so maybe next time. He is in the video in Early American, so go over there and watch that video if you haven't watched that. Don't come here first. Go there first and watch that. Then come here and watch us review it. I hate whenever people say, what is that? What did you make? How did you make that? Go to Early American.
Wow, it's right there.
I would assume you'd be at Early American and then come here. Why come here first?
Mish Mish doesn't like being in here because it's 100 degrees in here.
Yeah.
It's actually 85 degrees outside right now, even though it's technically fall. Hey, fall.
Yeah, the summer is back for this week.
Yeah, it was gone a week ago, but now it's back in full force. It's like 86 degrees right now. So that means it's probably 90 in here. And
probably.
Mish Mish was in here for 10 minutes, and then he wanted to get out. He does not like it when it's hot in here. And he just comes here for nighttime when it's like hot like this. He just comes back around 7 at night, and we tuck him into bed here. Like, really, we do. We stand outside, we call his name, Mish Mish, and he comes running. It's our nightly routine. And then we give him treats, and then we tuck him into bed. And we make sure all the windows and everything's closed so he can't escape in the middle of the night.
Anyways, thank you guys for being here. It's always great chatting with you guys. Thank you for everything that you've given us, and thank you for all your friendship and support.
Thank you.
And we hope you all have a good week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
3 shirts, 1 pants.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, guys.